welcome to Point of View. I'm Tania Nugent and it's great to have you with us today. Also joining us on the program, our two regular panellists, the lovely Miss Cleo Patricolta. Cleo, nice to see you again. And Phil McKelligai is with us once again. Philma, great also to see you. Now, our special guest today is the lovely Miss Abigail Havora, an inspiring Papua New Guinean woman who captured the pride of the nation and the hearts of the entire Pacific region when she was crowned Miss Pacific Island in late 2015. Ladies, once again, welcome. Thank you for coming in on today's Point of View. So in today's program, Abigail will be sharing some of her tales from 12 months as a tourism ambassador for the Pacific, and we'll be chatting about our national identity when it comes to what we wear every day. We'll also be looking at the challenges for women moving in and around freely, getting from point A to point B in their daily lives. But first, at the end of last year, the world-renowned National Geographic magazine named Papua New Guinea amongst 21 countries on its Places You Need to Visit in 2017 list. This is phenomenal PR for our tourism industry, a great free kick. As of 2015, the National Geographic magazine was circulated worldwide in nearly 40 languages and had a global circulation of approximately 6.5 million per month. So wow. What do we make of that, and are we ready? What are the expectations of visitors that come to visit us in our country, and can we handle this great publicity? Abigail, I'll start with you.
Oh, okay, well, that is great PR. But in terms of what I feel that when people come to PNG, they're looking for a cultural experience. They know we're not, they don't want the big buildings and the cement, bricks and everything. They're coming to experience an island culture, and that's what you'll see in other islands. And I'm not, like in PNG, when you arrive, the first thing you see is Erima and 6 Mile, So that sort of sets the stage for what is to come.
Yeah, true, true. What do you think?
Well, I think Papua New Guinea is a beautiful place. They got it right. And I do love the fact that people come to visit us and experience what we experience here every day. When I'm overseas, it's a special feeling when you see Papua New Guineans in Bilas, and that's why I'm really happy that we can share that with the rest of the world. I think there are issues we have, but we're also growing as a nation, and there's so much opportunity. We have so much to explore, so much to see, and we have a lot to offer. So,
yeah, Cleo.
Yeah, I think it's a great exposure for us. It's about time we get to such stage. We have, a diverse landform, islands to the highlands, and I think that it's about time that PNG is on the map, but then we all need to work hard to make it stay on the map.
Yeah, I sort of have mixed feelings about this myself, because I think that like word of mouth is and the internet gives word of mouth even greater spread, and one bad TripAdvisor review can kind of mean just can really just make a huge difference to any tourism service provider. And so I'm concerned about the lack of I don't know, the bad service, I'm just going to say it, bad service, and host bad hospitality. And I'm not saying this to be rude, I'm saying it because this is what international people expect. They don't know, that's how they, this is how they are served in where they're coming from, and they kind of expect that. We have our own ways of hosting people, we have our own unique styles of hospitality. But it doesn't really show. We keep trying to follow the Western ways, and I think it sort of lets us down. The other area that I sort of think that we should be concerned about is the safety and the security of our visitors,
Definitely. People come here with a, expectation of like not getting murdered or, things like that. So I think we definitely, in terms of service, there's a lot of issues I have when I go to an office to get service. Like when I make a phone call, I don't get a return call, just an email. You send an email and nobody sends an email back to say that they got your email. That's just simple courtesy really goes a long way. So those types of little things can really help, definitely.
Yeah. What about the safety aspects? How do you think that in your travels, Abigail, did you find that when people talked about us that was a question that was asked? I know I have that experience. Yeah.
Yes, that mostly came up because like they still really believe what they read on the internet, even though like we have positive news, but they still think that we're in caves. And it, like, I thought they'd get over that, but people still ask me questions like that. And like, we want to do good for our country, we want to say good things, but the reality is that, like for me, I can't even catch bus because I'm afraid for my safety. Or, you know, I have to, if I do catch bus, I have to dress a certain way so that I don't attract attention to myself. So these are things like, I mean, things that that we should, you know, really look into, like.
Yeah, Cleopatra, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess freedom of movement is the big thing that, you know, every woman is cautious of when we try to move from one point to another. We have to dress a certain way so that we don't provoke people, or we have to be mindful of what we do, what we're showing in public. If you take out your phone, you have to be, you know, cautious of who's looking. And if you have a, you know, a nice phone, you can't be communicating in public because someone might run up to you and pick it. So every now and then we have to be, you know, aware. And that's the thing that I think is one of the setbacks to women in PNG and all, like everyone else as a whole.
Yeah, well, we've kind of jumped ahead a little bit because that's our topic coming up after the break. Because the safety and the security of visitors is an obvious concern. And what I find is that we're all falling all over ourselves to make our visitors safe. You know, they come and they explore, we have security escorts for overseas groups, and you know, we're doing this, all we're falling over ourselves for our visitors, but what about us, the people that actually live here, the locals? How safe do you feel moving around your city or town? We'll talk more about that after the break. Stay with us.